What's going on, folks? Razor MP here, and today we're taking a closer look at a pistol that might not be as flashy as some of the others in my collection, but still deserves a solid review. The CZ P09C. I don't have a ton of CZ pistols to compare it to, except for my beloved Shadow 2 and my P10 competition, which they're both in a league of their own, to be honest. But hey, the P09C still brings a lot to the table. Before we get rolling, I want to give a shout out to Scottsdale Tactical for their continued support of the channel. If you're enjoying this kind of content, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe because I know you want to hear more of my smooth voice breaking down these pistols. Now, let's dive into it. All right, so what are we dealing with here? The CZ P09C is a compact version of the P09, and yes, it's still a bit on the larger side for a compact pistol. This means you get a little extra sight radius without feeling like you're trying to conceal a flagpole under your shirt. One of the highlights is its fiber reinforced polymer frame, which keeps things lightweight but tough. This thing tips the scales at 28.2 ounces unloaded, so it's not exactly featherweight, but it's manageable, especially if you're used to carrying full-size guns like I am. CZ also thought ahead with the optics ready slide, so if you're a fan of red dots, you're covered. It comes with interchangeable back straps so you can customize the grip depending on how much you ate for lunch that day. Small hands, big hands, CC's got you covered. Let's talk about the trigger for a second. CC gave this one the Omega trigger system, and while it's not going to revolutionize the world, it's pretty solid. If you're looking around at it, you're looking at around 3.5 to 4 pounds in single action mode, which feels crisp enough for most uses, and closer to 10 pounds in double action. Now, here's where the trigger gets a little tricky for me. There's quite a bit of take up before you hit the wall, which can throw off your rhythm a bit if you're used to a cleaner break. And once you've fired the shot, the reset is a bit too long for my taste. If you're someone who values a short reset, this might take some getting used to. The slide serrations are well designed for easy manipulation, providing a firm grip even under stress and adverse conditions. Paired with its decocking lever, the P09C offers both safety and ease of use, a critical combination for those who intend to carry this pistol regularly. On the range, the CZ P09C handles like, well, a CZ. It's smooth, predictable, and just works. The longer barrel helps with recoil control, so you're not chasing your sights after each shot. In my experience with the CZ P09C, I only encountered a single malfunction throughout my testing. I saw Honest Outlaw's video where his wife had several issues with the same model, but that wasn't the case for me. I ran both 115 grain and 124 grain MagTech as well as CCI Blazer through it without any significant problems. For a compact, it feels more stable than you might expect. It's not as snappy as some other compacts I've tried, but it's not going to shoot itself either. You still have to put a little work into it. Now about that Omega trigger, it's not a competition grade setup like my Shadow 2, but it's consistent and gets the job done. The single action is pretty snappy and I've got no complaints there. In double action though, you might feel like you're working out with a trigger finger, but that's CZ for you. If you're used to smaller pistols at 15+1 capacity, it's definitely a plus. Out on the range, the P09C holds its own. The fiber reinforced polymer frame keeps the gun light enough that you don't feel like you're lugging a brick around, but not so light that you're wondering where the recoil went. It's easy to throw a red dot on this thing, and you can see that I have, and that's just if you want to get fancy. And the trigger, while not groundbreaking, is good enough to keep you on target. And let's be real, when you've got a gun this size, it's nice to know it won't slap around with recoil. Let's talk about the strengths and weaknesses of the CZ-P09C. It fits comfortably in the hand, and with the interchangeable back straps, you can tweak the grip to suit your preferences, whether you're at the range or carrying daily. Now, personally, I went with the Goldilocks back strap. There was a large one, a very thin one. Neither one of those felt well in my hand. I'll be honest with you, the grip angle for this particular pistol is not my favorite. I prefer more of a Glock angle, maybe the 1911. So just feels a little off to me, but maybe that's just me. The Omega trigger system is reliable and offers a clean break in single action mode. However, there's quite a bit of take up before you hit the wall, and the reset is a little too long for my taste, especially if you're used to crisper, shorter resets like those in my Shadow 2. Something to keep in mind, the trigger feels just a little off for me. The double action trigger pull is also a bit heavy, which is great for safety, but might slow you down. In conclusion, the CZ-P09C is a solid choice if you're looking for a compact gun that shoots like a full-size pistol. It's not going to replace my Shadow 2 anytime soon, but I have to admit, it's pretty versatile. If you need something that works well at the range, for home defense, or even for concealed carrying, if you're okay with a bit of bulk, this could be a good fit. The Omega trigger and the optic-ready slide are definitely high points, and it's comfortable to shoot. What more can you ask for? Thanks again to Scottsdale Tactical for the continued support of the channel. And if you're interested in more details, comparisons, check out my website at www.razormp.com. Links are down in the description. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button, share it with your fellow CZ fans, and subscribe to keep up with all the new content. Drop a comment below if you got questions or just want to share your love for CZ pistols. Until next time, I'll see you on the high ground or in the next video. Razor MP out.